very, very quiet. I'm hunting palismen.
I thought it was duck season.
Wabbit season.
Duck season.
Wabbit season.
Duck season.
Wabbit season.
Wabbit season.
Duck season.
Okay.
Ah! You're despicable.
Ain't I a stinker? Welcome back, everyone, to Owl Stretching Time. And today we have a very interesting episode. It is titled...
Hunting Palismen.
Yeah, so as I theorized last week, I think this is going to be the episode where Luz might potentially get her witch's staff and thus gets her first palismen. Assuming that is actually possible for a human. As we established, there are certain things that humans just can't do in this world, whether it's a biological thing or just, them physically being unable to do magic or whatever. But I think Luz can potentially do it. It's been shown that she does have some form of inner magic. Whether or not a staff will be able to bring that out or not, whether she's able to combine it with her glyphs, we'll probably find out about that in this episode.
I mean, if she can command Owlbert and fly this, Edith's staff, then why not?
I mean, it's been shown that palismens, I think, do have free will, or at least they can act independently of their owners. I don't think it'd be that big of a stretch.
No.
I am wondering, though, what kind of palisman she would make. If it'd be like imitation of Ida's, or it'd be something different.
I mean, I feel it'd be similar to Ida's, but on the whole, her own.
It'd be an otter. With a dark side. I'm also interested to see what the fallout will be from the Lumity kiss. Because, oh man, everybody's been talking about that one. That and Amity's new hair color, which I admit is cute.
But what about Gus?
Yeah, poor Gus. I don't think he'll play much of a part in this. Maybe, the usual side stuff, but I still reiterate it sucks that he didn't get his own episode. They had to combine it with theirs. I don't know, maybe he'll have another chance this season, or maybe next season. We'll see. But for now, let's concentrate on everybody getting their new palismens and seeing how it is that Luz goes about that. And hopefully we'll get some other little juicy lore bits in the midst of it. So let's get started then. Play. Fire! Fire! Ooh, are those the Coven leaders?
The day of unity approaches, where we'll celebrate the purification of magic under the Coven system, just as the Titan intended. As heads of the 9 Covens, we celebrate your efforts to complete this plan. For this, you have earned a glimpse of the reward that awaits.
It's like the mystical rings that rule them all.
So it's like Star versus the forces of evil.
That's what it seems like.
Our realms. No, stay here. I can handle this alone.
Oh, don't you undermine me.
Ooh, we're gonna see his face. Oh, damn. Hey. Is he like Clayface? Oh, jeez.
That was the last from our reserves. The Palismen wood has been over-harvested. Uncle, let me help. We can make more palismen. Actually, I read about this technique harnessing wild magic to, sorry.
Our family is gone because of wild magic. I can't let the same happen to you. If I need more palismen, I can depend on you.
That confirms that there is a relationship there.
Yeah, uncle though.
Yeah, I know that's interesting. Oh, they changed the opening. Yeah.
I was hoping her new hairstyle would be permanent. Oh, she get the
Oh,
mouse
little Echo Mouse. Read the diary that can get me home. Just squeeze it out.
Francois!
I just need to be patient.
It's okay, he has more Francois.
Please tell me your secrets.
Hey, Knucklehead. You're gonna be late for school. Alright, I guess you won't be getting a magic staff with your classmates.
I knew it.
Why? There we go.
You're all about to receive your witch's staffs, and more importantly, meet your palismen. This is a crucial step in your magical development. Palismen are lifelong partners. They can become both your good friends and a powerful tool. In my case...
Aha!
Ha!
Holy
So I was right.
It helps me see. Palistrum trees are becoming more rare, and those that remain are guarded covetously.
That's why I've teamed up with Bumpy Poo.
Never call me that.
Hey, back queen!
Hey!
Palismen Adoption Day!
They're so cute. Thanks for the favor, BQ. Here's your whistle back.
Save it for another time. This was my pleasure.
Ah, so that was her favor.
No, you're staying right here.
Aw, a rascal. Ugh, I want my own palismen, not some trashy hand-me-down. You're lost.
Fuck you,
I
Yeah.
want
bitch.
to be strong and wise to protect everyone I love. And if anyone gets in my way, they'll feel the sting of defeat.
Atta girl, Willow.
Gives her support.
Oh,
It's a humming bee!
I'm gonna take such good care of you. Beautiful. Just amazing.
Aw.
Out of my way. I want to play professional grudge me.
A competitive spirit. Maya will be thrilled.
There's a crab.
Crab people.
This is
Crab
okay.
palismen.
I want to open my own veterinary clinic for mythical pets.
Aw.
All right. Dad wants me to become a master illusionist, but that's easy. So instead, I'll become an ambassador to the human realm.
Huh.
Reestablish contact with the giraffes.
I like it.
want to make it to graduation.
Miss Sloth.
Yes.
I want to be a witch.
A little more civic.
Probably just takes a little longer because I'm human, right?
I do not sense any conviction from you.
That's impossible. I'm loose. I'm chock full of conviction.
There are many kinds of witches. What do you hope to accomplish with your magic?
Oh,
Good question.
Get home to my mom?
Would you still train to be a witch in the human realm?
Can you even do magic there?
Good
I
question.
guess I never thought that far ahead.
You okay, Luz?
Ooh.
And I've read stories like this. The main character always has to return home, and what? Did I expect to be a witch back in Connecticut?
Oh, she's
Oh,
from
she's
Connecticut. She's a northeastern girl like us.
I wouldn't want
Like
to
me.
be my palace.
Except she's a New England.
Nah. I won't hold that against her. Aw.
It's you. Did you come here for me?
Nah.
Come on, little
She's
T.
a bird
I'll
with
take you back.
ADHD.
What if I use my powers to become a popular magician back in the human realm? No, I'm horrible at card tricks.
Nah.
I stay on the Boiling Isles and become a rugged bounty hunter. Nah, I'm too lovable. What if I open a magic pet shop, but it's password protected?
This. Uh-oh.
Hey, we're a little busy in here.
Oh boy.
We'll be right back to the show.
Assume this is a kidnapping.
Yep.
Interesting. They're actually questioning her motives. Because, yeah, we know that Luce always wanted to be a witch, but, you know, we never really knew why. We knew she wanted to be like the heroes she read about, but what does that really mean? It's like anybody can learn magic just because it's cool, but, you know, what are you gonna do with it? A good question in regards to whether or not her magic will actually work in the human realm. I mean, I assume it can if magical creatures are able to go back and forth and whatnot.
Yeah, and wasn't Lilith using magic when they traveled back?
I think so.
Yeah.
She, like, did something, like, she was able to, like, summon the
Meals 14
Palismen,
for up to 14
I
free
guess it's
meals.
something. There's a quick note, there's a thunderstorm going on, so apologies for the rumbly in the background.
I think we're being kidnapped. Oh, don't worry, I'll figure this out.
I'm wondering, based on the fact that she's already doing like multiple studies of, you know, magic, what if she's able to command all the palismens?
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
She attacked him with a leaf.
You'll be fine. How do I land this thing?
Oh, you just pull that cord above your head.
Oh, thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
You'll be locked in the dingiest cell of the conformatorium for the rest of your sad little life.
Whatever. I already broke out there like twice.
Then we'll just zap you to dust and throw you into the sea. That better?
Damn you, Thanos.
Say, how did you get back on the ship so fast?
Ooh.
Staff.
Clever girl. Ooh.
Oh, human.
Huh. Like a dragon with, it's like a hand dragon?
I think we've seen this thing before.
Tweet, 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 tweet.
Rascal.
Aw.
Oh, thank you.
Is it true, ma'am? Is the golden god really?
This is all that remains. Such a horrible accident, probably caused by the incompetent pilot.
I'll
Sure.
alert the castle.
No, this is, you know a secret about him and you're using it to get the better.
Excellent work, my pet.
Yep.
I'll help you soon.
Ooh, is anyone gonna get to see his face? Huh.
He's gorgeous!
Is the golden.
Oh no, he's hot!
Looks like he could be a student at Hexside.
That's
You!
one way to wake someone up.
You are a bad person. Are you licking?
Ew.
Ah.
I'm trying to help.
Should I believe you?
God, that thing's so unnerving. Nom, 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 nom. God, there's fingers everywhere. Ugh.
Go, 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 go!
Nice.
911 sauce.
Hey man, I just saved your life. The least you could do is tell me your name.
Fine, be a jerk.
Scouts, direct me to your communications room. I am your superior, and I can prove it. Staff,
Been a little late for you kids to be outside.
Yeah, go home before we call your parents.
You know that voice.
Was it a guard or
Yeah, one of the guards. The smaller guard.
Oh god, barrel full of eyeballs. Ew.
Are you powerless without this?
Pretty much. Actually, if he's part human, he might not have any magic outside.
you don't tend to think things through, do you, human?
He's got you there. Oh shit.
So, let's work together to take back those palismen.
Then what? You think I'll just let you walk away with them?
Maybe you won't have a choice. I'm more formidable than you think.
Fine. A truce till then.
Truce! Too slow.
I'm nice, but I'm not that nice.
You probably should have shook.
You know he's gonna turn on her the second he gets his magic back.
Yeah, but at least, you know, if they had actually shaken hands, she'd have that to call him on. The fact that she
He might not even know what that means.
On Disney Channel.
Using these fire and ice spells, I can command the glyphs to produce a thick mist.
And
Ooh.
the sleeping nettles?
They're essential. Combined with the magic mist, it'll create...
A sleep-inducing smoke, forcing Kikimora to land. I read a similar spell in the book From Bones to Earth.
a study of wild magic. Peter once pickpocketed the guy who wrote it.
Never seen glyphs before. Actually, not many people know this, but no. This stuff is restricted for a reason. You should forget about it before you're hurt.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, he's a
Other than
closet
Lilith,
nerd.
I've never spoken to someone inside the Emperor's Coven.
You were right before. I'm a powerless witch. A lot of my ancestors were. I never thought I'd have a future in a world like this. But then, Bellows found me and gave me a staff with artificial magic. Said the Titan had big plans for me.
At least you have your future figured out now.
At least you can figure out your own. Stop! Get away from me!
He's just being friendly.
I don't care! These things are made from wild magic. It's dangerous.
And does he seem dangerous to you?
Aww. You sure you want to do that?
Sure.
Just take it.
Oof.
Kind of low on options, let's
Yeah.
face it. Yeah. Flee!
Hello, babies. Oh, you guys look so cold and scared. Here, make sure you share. Now stay
No, don't take off
here,
your cloak.
okay? We'll get you home safe and...
Yep.
Right. I didn't think this through. Again. So you're really gonna do this? I thought you might have been a good guy, but I guess that was just wishful thinking. You're not my friend. You're just
Obviously.
the golden guard.
My name is Hunter.
Ooh!
I can't tell who's there, but I know I've got you.
Kikimora, stop it, you're drunk. Ooh!
You treason against a coven official. I will have your head.
Yeah, but you tried to kill the Emperor's nephew. Well, I say nephew, but...
Good thingy. Boiling idols will never stop surprising me.
How to Train Your Hand Dragon.
We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when.
She did grab the other palismens, right?
Yeah.
Warning,
Okay,
Bad
good.
Queen. The Palismen are all accounted for. Although I don't know where that thing came from.
Bleh. Aw.
You found someone after all this time. Go then.
Aw.
Yeah, I thought I'd find you here.
We could have used the door!
You get into. It's Palistern Wood, you ding-dong.
Now you can make your own palismen.
But how? Isn't this super rare?
Let's just say that the Bonesboro Garden Club
Was robbed! Yes!
I don't know what to say.
No pressure, but whenever you know what you want, we'll start partying. Just know that whatever you need from us, we gotcha.
Aw.
Is this the thanks I get for taking you in?
Of course not. I want to help. And if you told me how wild magic did this to you, I might be able to find it. My apologies.
You're alive? I mean, I heard about the crash in the Tissa.
Luckily, some travelers picked me up out of the wreckage, so I'm actually doing great. Looks like you had a rough night, though.
Ooh.
Sprig!
Yeah.
If I just knew a little more.
Knew he was a nerd. Aw.
Palismen! Oh, sorry. You shouldn't be here.
And he's got one of the kids from Big City Greens.
I was not expecting that.
Huh. A new staff. Interesting.
Yeah, I figured that seemed to be the way it was headed.
So not expecting the Golden Guard as a potential ally.
Mm-hmm.
I'm confused though. So is he actually related to Bellows, or did Bellows just take him in and he just calls him uncle as like a term of endearment?
Could be a little bit of both. Like maybe Bellows, or who he was potentially in his past life, actually was related, but has since kind of forgotten who he is.
Right.
Because he doesn't really seem very human anymore.
Yeah, like I said, he kind of reminds me of Clayface now, or like an abomination of some sort. And the only way he stays solid is by palismen magic. Weird he's trying to get rid of wild magic, yet he needs wild magic to survive.
How many of these, villains are such hypocrites, you know? It's just par for the course.
I mean, I assume they're related in a sense, as if we're assuming Bellows is indeed the human, because it'd be one thing if Hunter couldn't actually, use magic without his staff. He can't even do hand magic. At least most of the witches are able to, at least do that much. So he definitely must have some human lineage in him.
Yeah.
So I guess the staff is just a staff then? It's not actually a palisman of any sort?
If you're talking about the Golden Guards?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's just a staff.
Okay.
Because
even Luce can use it.
I mean, I figured if it was a palisman, the Golden Guard would have already had to have surrendered it.
True. Well, now he has a palisman, the cute little cardinal. Although I'm wondering how he's going to expect to keep that hidden for long. I mean, he could theoretically keep it in his room, but we've seen that thing likes to escape. I'm trying to wonder what it is that drew the cardinal to him, though. Because I know, each of the palismens are drawn to people that have, a specific purpose in mind of how to, use their magic. But with him, I don't know, it's kind of hard to say.
I guess he really, desires to help Bellows, or desires to help his uncle.
I mean, we've seen that he actually has a genuine interest in wild magic, because he's actually reading about the very stuff that he's supposed to help his uncle stop. So I think maybe that's what drew the palisman to him.
Could be.
I mean, I wouldn't say he's completely bad.
No.
He's definitely an obnoxious jerk, but...
Misguided is definitely more. Yeah.
I mean, he's obviously compensating for his inability to do, regular magic. But I think maybe Luce might have shooken something in him.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Especially given that, he sees now there's alternate means of using magic for somebody who doesn't have powers inherently.
Although I'm wondering, what his plan is in terms of dealing with Kikimora. Because he knows now that she obviously tried to kill him. And because of what went down, because of her sight being damaged during the fight, she doesn't outright know that it's him. But I'm just wondering, what's his purpose in keeping that exactly? Is he gonna, hold it over her head? Is he gonna eventually, tell his uncle and, like, have her disposed of? Like, I'm just wondering what the plan is exactly.
I would say it's very much a waiting game. The fact is, she tried to off him just so she could get the glory, and then he fought back against her.
I mean, she obviously knows that it was him now, so I'm guessing they're probably going to have to tiptoe around each other for the sake of one not ratting out the other.
It's going to be awkward.
I mean, it'll definitely build up for when I assume he inevitably betrays them to help Luce and Ida. Because that's what it seems to be leading up to.
That is, yeah. But then again, he could also have a relapse.
Yeah, true. I mean, the only real good act we saw was him, like, letting Luce go. Like, but we know he would have taken her out if she hadn't, like, appealed to him in a certain way. Kind of reminds me of the whole relationship between Aang and Zuko.
That was what I was thinking too. Because it's like, again, you had that whole season of Zuko
pursuing
Aang. You had that, and then he goes through his own arc where he's kind of questioning his own identity, and Iroh's kind of coaxing him to stop chasing the Avatar and be who he is. And you think that, the season's going to end with him defecting, but no, then he winds up teaming up with Azula. So yeah, I figure they might be following that formula.
It's possible. I mean, he could just outright betray them too, and just might get jailed or like attacked for his troubles. Right now, Bellows seems really unstable.
Yeah.
I mean, it was one thing where like he was like suffering from fatigue and everything, but now he's like physically losing his shape. He's like turning into a freaking monster.
I kind of find it interesting. It's like last season we had Ida running low on her potions for her curse, and now we juxtapose it with Bellows being low on palismen sources.
I do find it weird though, because if part of a witch's coming of age is making their own staff, then why are they still holding it in school if the supplies for making said staff are running so low? Because they established that, Bellows is like keeping the supply under his control so he can keep himself alive and cognate, but they're still doing the whole staff initiation for the schools. That's got to be like at least a dozen kids a year or something, getting new staffs. How do they justify continuing to do that? If anything, you think they'd outlaw staffs just so they can have like a stronghold on like the supply of it.
Keep in mind, we're talking about a series where Ida's supposed to be a fugitive, but she's out in the open.
True.
So...
yeah, I know. Things don't make sense. I do like that they got the Bat Queen to actually put up the other orphan palismen she had for adoption, though. Like, that was really...
that's a very good step, given what happened the last time she appeared.
Yeah, 'cause I almost forgot about those little guys, and I'm like, oh yeah. Interesting that they can actually, like, be adopted by other people, too. I mean, I know they each have a sense of, like, free will and everything, but it's kind of weird that they can connect with other people the same way. Like, it kind of makes me think of, I guess Voltron would be the best example. Because remember how they ended up switching vehicles, like, in later seasons? Keith stepped up in his place to take it, and it turns out they were compatible in the same sense.
I'm also kind of thinking of Pokemon a bit, too. Because you see, like, Ash has kind of picked up a number of abandoned Pokemon and... kind of form new bonds with them.
Well, that was a given. I mean, you can trade Pokemon, and they trade allegiances, so, that's no big mystery there, how that happens.
Yeah, although...
It's kind of the same as, like, giving a pet to somebody else.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think it always comes so easy. It's like you do have to kind of gain their trust. I remember in, the Diamond and Pearl series, there was Paul's Chimchar, who gets very abandoned, and he is, like, abused. He's left with some trauma that has to be worked through. Like I said, it doesn't exactly come easy. You kind of have to regain that trust. You have to build, like, with anybody who's been scarred.
Yeah, agreed. Although it was interesting how some of the kids were able to, like, easily connect with those other palismens. I do like some of their motivations, too. It's like, Willow, she wanted to, like, use her magic to do good, but defeat her enemies if need be. And with Gus, it was interesting that, his dad wanted him to be a master illusionist, but he actually wants to, like, specialize in human stuff and actually being ambassador. I do like that, that's he's actually, like, pursuing his interest in that sense. I assume he's still going to practice with illusions and stuff, as we saw from the previous episode, but in this case, his other side thing, I think, is more present. I'm surprised Basha actually got one.
I know. I was thinking that, like, they weren't going to take any of her shit, but go figure.
She got a Krabby. How appropriate. But yeah, that's the issue with Luce now in terms of her palismen, because they're ultimately right. She's not really focused in her goal, and she hasn't really thought anything out in the long run. And honestly, that's been a problem since the beginning.
Question: did Good Witch Azura have a staff?
She did.
Was there like a animal of some kind on there? I can't remember.
I don't remember offhand.
Yeah.
I do remember her actually having one, because when she attacks him, she's like, "Take that, sucker!"
Because I feel like if that is the case, then I feel like Luce is kind of going to emulate whatever Azora's got. Maybe make it her own, but,
maybe
go based off that.
I suppose so. Like, I'm glad that she's, like, thinking it through, that we don't see exactly what her palisman is just yet. But again, it brings the question of, if she does make a palisman, is she able to actually connect with it? Because she is human. And again, I know she has, like, inner magic, but we don't really know how that translates. I know that Hunter was able to actually get the Cardinal as a palisman, but I assume he must have some witch blood in him that actually makes it possible.
So I think he's probably like a half-breed.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
He's gotta be.
So many questions. Now we have to worry about betrayal, and we have to worry about Luce being able to, like, actually harness magic properly, and worry about Bellos and how far he's gonna go to, like, harvest palismens, because I imagine there's only, like, a finite source of that stuff. And given how limited it is now...
I'd also be worried about Kikimora. Because she's got
betrayal.
she's running her own agenda, clearly.
Another thing to note too, we finally saw the coven heads.
Yeah.
I like how they each are, like, looked suitable to what it is that they're, like, masters of. Like, obviously the plant coven had, like, the flowers in her hair. The abomination head coven had, like, the weird, like, abomination thing in his hair, and, like, I don't know, you can just look at each of them and tell what it is that they're master of. I assume we're going to meet them, in the coming episodes, or at least know a little bit more about them.
I would hope so. Because it's like, you don't just throw that out and then not do anything with it.
I'm just wondering, what exactly are they going to be? Are they going to be allies, enemies? Like, I know they work for the Emperor, but you think that some of them might have an objection as to what he's trying to do exactly? Because he's trying to paint, like, oh, we're going to merge this world and the human world in an act of unity. It's like, dude, you really think that's going to happen without any bad repercussions?
I get the feeling that they're going to be mind-controlled.
So this is really going to be like Lord of the Rings. They're going to be like the new ring wraiths or something like that. I say how sweet it was of Ida to, like, steal that one bark of, like... Yeah, the funny thing about this, we stole it!
Good old Ida and King never change.
Yep. And also that friggin' mouse. Because, like, she has that in her possession now, so I guess it's a matter of when it actually feels like relaying more information. Because I wonder if you have to do something specific, because, like, Amity was able to just, I guess, like, stroke its head and it just, like, read back the information, but I wonder if there's, like, more you need to do.
I guess.
Watch, it'll show up at, like, the most appropriate moment.
Of course. Of course.
Naturally.
But it's a plot device.
Obviously.
It's gonna show up when it's part of that story.
Yep. So what's the next episode?
Next episode is Ida's Requiem.
I hope that doesn't mean death! Yeah, I'm not sure what we can expect. Obviously, it's going to be Ida-centric episode. Maybe it'll be her dealing with her curse more, maybe making some headway into how to deal with it. Because, again, I question if she's actually going to be able to fully cure it, or if she's going to find a way to master it.
I would say master it. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I totally see her trying to, make that her power.
Because from what I've seen of that one picture in the end credits of her, and it looks like she's like half owl beast, I think this is going to be like, where we see her actually learn to control it. Because we saw that she was able to actually overpower the beast in the episode with her mother. So if she can do that, stands to reason that maybe she could find a way to, like, harness its power, and thus, you know, she can become Owl Beast on command when she wants to.
Oh, yeah.
Which would be really cool.
Either Owl Beast or she becomes sort of like Professor Hulk.
She has, like, permanent wings and stuff.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
She digivolves.
Go eat a woman. Well, I look forward to it. So we've gotten a lot of good stuff in this episode. I feel like it's going to be the same in the next episode.
Yes.
So until then, I'm Kat McBerry.
I'm Doug McBerry.
And Palismens. Gotta catch them all. Which Palismen would you choose?
You guys down for the Palace Rap?